Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Garrett and I am a crypto day trader who absolutely loves trading with moving averages. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the type of bearish candlesticks that you want to be able to watch out for on the meme coin charts so that those of you who are gigantic meme coin nerds can minimize your overall risk of getting wrecked on the big drops, all right? Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same exchange I use on a daily basis, feel free to go ahead and try out the Blowfin exchange here with the link in the video description down below this video. I personally love this exchange because they allow anybody from anywhere to be able to sign up and trade crypto futures. So if you are from the United States like I am and you want to trade crypto futures, you can do it right here on the Blowfin exchange. All right, guys, so now, when I talk about these types of candlestick patterns, all right, now I'm going to be talking about a bunch of bearish candlestick patterns here today. And the simple reason why is because the reason why I talk about these candlesticks patterns all the time in a lot of my videos is simply because there are a lot of people out there who do not pay attention to them, and they can literally save your ass from losing a shit ton of money if you just pay attention to them and watch for them and look for them. And instead of having, you know, all of these emotions running through your head of, oh my gosh, I'm going to try to make more money, I'm going to get greedy, I'm going to try to get more out of this. Instead of doing that, pay attention to the damn candlesticks so that you can save your ass from possibly getting wrecked when it starts going to the downside, okay? It's actually pretty simple. All it realistically takes is for you to be paying attention and to actually watch what the candles themselves are doing. All right, guys, so the types of candles we're going to be looking at today are basically going to be looking at the bearish shooting star candle and the grave star doji candle and possibly bearish spinning tops, and we might even cover some hanging man candles as well. But for the majority of this video, actually, we are going to be most likely paying attention to just gigantic overall rejection candles, okay? So I want to go ahead and start this off with the Trump meme coin, okay, on the daily chart here. And the simple reason why is because it is a very new coin, and it's got a very big, gigantic candle going to the downside for 2 days in a row here that I want to talk to you guys about, okay? So here's the thing, all right? There's a lot of people who were into this Trump coin. There's a lot of people who were into this Trump coin, and they made all kinds of money, all right? But there's also a lot of people who didn't make enough money or didn't make much money at all. And the reason why is because they kept holding throughout both of these big two gigantic candles, and they had it in their eyes, and they constantly thought to themselves, oh, geez, well, if it's going up this high, I'm going to hold on to it to like $100, or they make this stupid projection in their head like, oh my gosh, I'm going to marry my bags, I'm going to hold on to them until it hits $100 and I'm never going to sell. All right, you don't make money like that way, you guys. You don't. That's not how you make money in this market, okay? You have to make, the way you make money is by selling at the right times and selling before everybody else does, okay? Now, if you're one of those people who ended up buying, you know, somewhere around in here, like around $30 or something like that into Trump, you would have wanted to get out somewhere within this big candle wick or the next big candle wick. Now, the reason why is obviously, as you guys can clearly tell, price ended up basically consolidating right in here for the next 3 days after its big initial push all the way up to $80 here. And you can see that right in the candlestick itself, all right? When you start to see candlesticks like this, where we've got one extremely gigantic wick going all the way down or retracing all the way back down, that is going to tell you right there, and that tells you right there that bears are not going to let the price continue higher than that, okay? And you can clearly see that within the next candle as well. The next candle was a perfect confirmation of this also, okay? So we ended up going all the way up to $80 here, and then we retraced that same day. We retraced all the way back down to pretty much $50, okay? So we dropped about $30 in a single day in that retrace, which created this gigantic wick right here. That right there, right, you guys, should have told you to sell out, okay? That tells you that bears have taken control, bears are in the midst of taking control, and prices are probably going to end up dropping. And guess what? After a few days, that's exactly what happened, and that's what has been happening, okay? Now, I know it's easy to get kind of like, you know, sidetracked by your personal bags and kind of thinking to yourself like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to hold this thing to $100, Trump to $100, this and that, this big thing. But here's the thing, like I was mentioning earlier, guys, People who marry their bags like that, they do not make money, okay? There's a lot of people who held on in here thinking, okay, it's probably going to go to $100 here still, and they ended up holding on, and they're still holding on to this damn coin, even down here at $15 and still holding out hope. I mean, now it's a little late to sell. I wouldn't sell, obviously right now if you're in that position. But it's just a good lesson to be learned here that when you see big ass candlesticks like this and they start to turn into empty wicks, you need to get the hell out of that coin. You need to sell your damn position, okay? Because that tells you right there that, bears are about to be taking over control. And this next candle right here, this next daily candle that ended up opening here at pretty much the same spot, we opened up and then we ended up going all the way back up again, and we ended up creating a very gigantic wick once again. That right there should have been your last and final confirmation that, okay, I need to sell this now because bears have really started to take control here, and I need to get out before it starts to dump big time, all right? So this is all you need to do, okay? Just pay attention to the damn candlesticks and you will be completely fine. Now we will go ahead and turn this to the 4-hour, because there might be a lot of people out there who aren't trading with the daily chart and maybe they're trading with the 4-hour chart instead, all right? So let me go ahead and make this a little smaller here, and we will see what we got going on here with the 4-hour chart. So the same thing happened with the 4-hour chart as well, okay? Now, as you guys can clearly see, we had this big gigantic uptrend for this entire day right here. We ended up coming back down, and as you guys can clearly see, we created this big long wick at the top right here, all right? Now, the next daily candle opened, or the next 4-hour candle did end up opening, and instead of it starting to go upwards, it started to go downwards, and it started to go downwards by a lot, okay? Now again, right here, this is another good signal that should tell you that, okay, well geez, if bears are starting to take over, I should probably get out of this coin and take my profits and not be greedy here, all right? Now, somebody who's smart and somebody who cares about taking profits and making money is going to sell right there, all right? Now, if you're the type of person, once again, who you're married to your bags and you were holding on to it thinking it was going to go to $100, I mean, hey, I get what you're doing and I understand that you're trying to make money here, but being greedy like that is not going to make you money in this market. You need to sell your bags when you start to see big candle rejections like this, all right? So because of the fact that this next 4-hour candle did not end up going up and above this previous candle right here, that right there would tell me personally that, okay, well, bears are definitely taking over. I need to get out of this shit and get out of it fast, all right? So this is kind of what I'm talking about here when I'm talking about paying attention to the actual candlesticks themselves, all right? Now, you can clearly tell I don't have many indicators on my chart whatsoever, and that's just how I trade. I don't need a bunch of random ass indicators telling me what to do or anything like that. I can literally make my decisions, make my buy and sell decisions pretty much just based off of what these candlesticks are doing. These candlesticks alone tell you a humongous story. They tell you about momentum in the market. They tell you about liquidity in the market. They tell you about which direction the coin is probably going to end up going. And that's pretty much all you need to know in the grand scheme of things, all right? And then the overall moving averages as well, all right? So I've got my 7 period simple moving average going on right here. Usually when prices are extremely bearish, prices underneath the moving average, and when prices are extremely bullish, price is very far extended above this moving average as well. But this video is not about moving averages, so we're not going to touch base on those. These are just about candlesticks, okay? So as you can clearly tell, we've got the wicks here, and then obviously this next candle ended up opening. It did not end up going higher than the previous candle. That tells me right there, okay, bears are starting to take over. This is just common sense talking, and I should probably get out of here. And then the next candle ended up opening, and once again, the next candle did not end up closing above the previous candle once again. Therefore, even though it's green, that still tells me that momentum is still weak. I should really start to get out here, okay? And as you guys can clearly tell, it just was a cascading waterfall all the way down and just kept going down. So instead of holding on for dear life and holding on all the way to $100, you need to get the hell out of it, okay? Now, that was just Trump coin. So now we will go to fart coin, all right, just to show you another example of what I am talking about here. So we'll go back to the daily chart here, and we will go to the fart coin right in here, all right? So as you guys can clearly tell, we had this big run up all the way up to around like $2.75 or so. And we've got the same exact thing happening here like I was just showing you with the previous Trump coin as well. All right. We went all the way up. Price ended up not sticking around up here. We ended up creating this gigantic wick all the way back down, and then the next candle ended up opening, and instead of going all the way up and clearing the previous candle, that should tell you right there, guys, that should tell you right there that bears are starting to take control. And guess what? They did, and it went all the way down to the downside. But I know there's a lot of people out there who did end up continuing to hold right up here, and they did not sell because they got greedy and they're like, I'm gonna hold this thing to $5 or something like that, and they got married to their bags and they ended up losing money because of it. And now they're probably calling Fartcoin a scam, or they're probably calling crypto a scam because of their own decision making and not getting out of the coin and taking responsibility. All right, so the fact remains, pay attention to the damn candlesticks. You can tell a lot about what the project is doing or what the momentum in the overall coin is doing just by looking at what the candlesticks themselves are doing here, okay? So this is kind of all that I realistically wanted to point out here in this video. I just wanted to give an overall shout out to people who may not pay attention to this stuff, and the reason why is because there's simply not enough people talking about this. There's a lot of people out there who are losing a ton of money trying to trade the crypto market, or especially trying to trade the meme coin market, and they're losing all kinds of money. And the reason why, the big number one reason why they're losing all kinds of money is simply because they are too damn greedy. When you take that greed out of the equation and you start to actually take things methodically and start to actually look at the actual price action itself, look at the candlesticks, look at the directional patterns, you will start to make money because you will start selling at decent times here, okay? So overall here, guys, I know I gave out not that much information in this video, but this was more of a kind of like a little bit of an explainer video that I wanted to do, and I hope I explained it in good detail here. But overall here, guys, before I go ahead and wrap up this video, as always, if you enjoyed this one and you feel like you got some decent value out of it, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button below the video, and leave me a comment below on your personal thoughts of this video. And with that said, big thanks to all of you who stuck around and watched this entire video throughout the whole thing. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to see you all in my future videos as well.